Mike, yesterday we kind of talked about the virtues of having a simple offense and keeping things easy for people to understand. Do you recall how long it took you not to perfect but to implement the air raid when you arrived?
It never gets perfected. Always working on something, and you try to get it in as fast as you can, but you only go as there's got to be execution's the most important thing. So it's got to go at the pace that you can execute best. You're usually slightly ahead of yourself, but you try to keep it as close as you can.
When you first arrive at the school, there's not a period where you just try and show them everything. You just go at the pace.
Sort of is. You'll try to get it all installed within a week. And then repeat it after that. So then repeat it in segments after that, so that like in spring, we'll repeat everything, each segment of it 4 times. So to try to be thorough on it, break it into pieces and do it 4 times. Camp it's a little more.
Did you simplify things in your first year here, even from maybe your first year at Tech? Was there even less, just to make it even more streamlined?
Yeah, a little bit, and then as time goes on, as older guys have an idea, you can build on it. We've never been consistently old here, so but we're starting to time things up and do things quickly and efficiently, which has been helpful.
Well, we finally had that Power 5 autonomy vote yesterday, and only a couple small schools voted against it. Do you think it's something that where
I don't even know what it is. What is it?
It's allowing the 5 major conferences to kind of set rules that are different from the rest of the FBS schools. People thought that the smaller schools might try and veto it, but they didn't. Do you think something like that could actually help those smaller schools?
Yeah, I think it could. In the end, it could make the leagues more congruent, with each other. Right now, and certainly, I get a kick out of this where the NFL's got all the answers, which is obviously a bunch of baloney. But in that league, the best team's only about this much better than the worst team. As far as talent and all that. In college, for quite some time, it's been like this. And so I think it won't have the effect of doing that overall, but within leagues, it could potentially draw it closer. I think, even in this league, when you view talent, there's a big margin, certainly bigger than the entire NFL.
For Coach Mealy, should we call him a special teams coach? Does he have a sort of a title?
Yeah, he's the interim special teams coach. So,
what are his responsibilities in terms of recruiting?
We haven't got to that yet.
And Stanford's a team that allows opponents to score less than 9 points. So how do you get a defense like that on its heels? How do you kind of get them tired?
Do what?
How do you get a defense like Stanford to be on its heels and to get tired?
Execute routine plays. Got to do it consistently, but Stanford makes it challenging. Stanford does a lot of good things up front, and that's kind of. And they have a good defense overall, but especially those guys up front is where they're particularly good, and they draw from that. And the biggest thing is you got to keep them off you, and you got to put it in play, and that's the thing that teams struggle with, is putting it in play. And then of course, a lot of the teams they played are run teams, and Stanford, there's probably not 3 teams, 4 teams in the country that are tougher to run it against than Stanford.
Obviously, you make a change because you feel there needs to be changes. Is it about getting a different voice for the special teams guys? Do you want them to change a lot of schematic stuff?
Decided to make a change, and we're happy with it and excited to move on. And Coach Russell's a great guy and one of the greatest guys I worked with, and we wish him the best.
During Connor's press conference today, he was talking about earning your trust over time throughout his career. At what point did he earn your trust to give him the responsibility that you give your starting quarterbacks?
It's not just as simple as him. I mean, as he developed his skills, focus, all that, which is kind of a conditioned thing, he got better and better. But the people around him did too, which also, helped kind of synchronize and duplicate his efforts.
Coach Russell was also the assistant head coach. Are there other duties besides special teams that need to be accounted for?
Not right now.
Have you decided how to divvy up the special units?
Yes, yeah, we've got it split up among more of the coaches, and the individual coaches have more active.
What about Coach Maley made you feel that he was ready for a jump to a full-time assistant job?
Sharp, smart guy, good overall knowledge of football.
We read about how he got the job with you, how he kind of chased you all over the country. I mean, what did that say to you?
Well, that didn't say a whole lot other than what his background is. You know, he had just a proven knowledge that you know, he was a very capable, knowledgeable guy of the overall big picture of things, and special teams touches every player on the team.
Is it kind of hard to find starters these days who really enjoy playing on special teams, really embrace that role?
Well, if it is, they're the wrong type of player, and I've really never had one, you know, that ever went on and played past college that didn't embrace it, because that's, you know, it's part of the game. I mean, if you're a good player, you're a competitive guy. The best players I've had campaign to be on special teams, and I mean, I had guys on the sideline before demanding to go in. So. You know, it depends what kind of player a guy is. I mean, they come in different shapes, sizes, mentalities. If you're the right kind of player, you want to be out there. You know, if you look at a 53-man roster, they're all playing special teams. If you don't want to play special teams, you're probably in the wrong place.
You guys good with Coach? Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.